Hi guys, I'm Shivumi. You can call me Shi if you want to. I'm a dedicated salmon runner, and today I want to share with you some knowledge about Goldie Seeking. So you will hopefully improve in this mode. I will show you determined seeking strategies, examples of special usage, the proper use of a specific weapon, and much more. Okay, let's have a look at the map. We see 9 gushers on normal tide. To keep track, we give them letters from A to I. To understand the mechanics behind seeking, you should know the gushers have certain connections. Usually the closest ones are connected with one another. Looks scary, huh? But don't worry, I'll explain you and tell you why it's good to know about the connections. If you have ever read Driscoll's manual, you will know the brighter the light, the closer you are to the glorious Goldie. In fact, you have only 2 heights, low and high. Okay, let's pick Kasha D as an example to explain why knowing and understanding the connections is very helpful, since D is pretty central. Later in this tutorial, I will show you guys established strategies. Kasha D is connected with 6 other gushers A, B, C, E, F and G. Depending on D's height, you can get an idea where the Goldie is hiding. If D is high, then the Goldie is hiding in one of the connected gushers, and you can focus on these. If gusher D is low, then the Goldie will not be hiding in any of the 2D connected gushers, and you have to keep seeking. Smart people have figured out these connections and created strategies. With these strategies, you can find the Goldie by opening at max 4 gushers. Okay, let's start with the first strategy. We are going to open E first, since it's the furthest gusher to the basket, and we keep going by what information gives us the height. In the first scenario, E is going to be high, so we are going to check the connected gusher F, D and C. Since we can't tell in which of the 3 gusher the Goldie is hiding, we open from far to close to the basket. This way we prevent to get crowded by lessers around the basket in case the Goldie is hiding far. Let's have a look how it looks in the game. E is high, so we are going to F. F is high, so we're going to D. D is high, and there we go. Here we have the Goldie. And the lessers are far. Next scenario, gusher E is low. Since we have learned the Goldie will not be hiding in a gusher connected to a low one, we can ignore F, D and C. But we need to provide more information to find the Goldie. To keep it safe, we go to the far gusher H. If we aren't lucky to find the Goldie in gusher H right away, we keep going depending on the height. If gusher H is high, we will find the Goldie in either G or A, according to the connections, starting by opening G. Okay, let's see how it looks in game. We open E, E is low, we head over to H. H is high, so we open G. G doesn't have the Goldie, so we head over to A. There we go. Now we look at the last step of the safe strategy, when E and H are low. Since we know due to the connections the Goldie can't be in gusher A or G, we have only B and I left. Let's do it in game again. E is low, so we head over to H. H is also low. To keep it safe again, we start with the further gusher I. I is only high, so we will find the Goldie here in B. Now we come to the faster but also riskier strategy. By opening D and G first, we are working from inside out, because both gusher are closer to the basket. With D and G, we seem to have connections to every gusher but I. The trick is that both height informations will give us a direction of where to keep seeking. If D and G are both high, we can exclude E and F because they are not connected to G, and H because H is not connected to D. Our focus is now on A, B or C. To keep it a little safe, we're gonna start with the far gusher A. If we aren't lucky to find the Goldie right away, the height will give us a clear info if the Goldie is hiding in B or C. If A is high, the Goldie will be hiding in B. If A is low, the goalie will be hiding in C. Because, as we have learned earlier, the goalie will not hide next to a low connected gusher. Let's have a look into the vods. D is high, G is high, we hit over to A. A doesn't have the goalie, is high, and there we go, B is the goalie. And again, D is high, G is high, A is low, so we hit over to C, and C has our goalie. Now we're gonna look into the next scenario, when D is high and G is low. Due to the connections, we can ignore I. The goalie will be hiding next to a low connected gusher, so we can exclude A, B, C and H. So we will find the goalie in either E or F. Let's look at the VOD to the theory. D is high, we're gonna go check G. G is low, so we know the direction to F and E. F doesn't have the goalie, so can be only an E. The next scenario will be gusher D low and G high. The high gusher D indicates A, B, C and H as possible goalie gusher, but D is also connected to them and its low height excludes them, as well as E and F, so only gusher H is left. And here's the word proof that we can find with this information the goalie right away. D is low, G is high, and on H we have the goalie. Let's come to the last scenario of the fast strategy. Both gusher D and G are low. Due to both gusher being low and the connections to every other gusher but I, we can exclude all of them to have the goalie hiding. So without even having a connected gusher to I open, we can tell the goalie is there. And here's the VOD proof. Both gusher are low, so we head over to the far I gusher and have our goalie found. Conclusion of the fast strategy: the advantage is you can find the goalie quick with the given information of D and G's height. The disadvantage is that you work from inside out, which means lessers are closer to the basket. After we are done with normal tide, I'll show and explain seeking on high tide. High tide has only 5 gusher left: A, B, C, F and G. The connections are the same as on normal tide. Doesn't look as scary anymore, right? The first strategy will be the safer one again, starting with the far gusher F. Depending on its height, we keep going. If gusher F is high, we can be sure the goalie isn't hiding in A, B or G, since gusher F is only connected to C, hence the goalie is hiding in gusher C. And the word for it. We go all the way to gusher F. F is high, so we go to gusher C, and C has our goalie. If gusher F is low, we have the opposite situation. The goalie can't be hiding in C, but will be in A, B or G. To win more time from lessers, we open in the order G, A and B. This time I was sticking with the stingray. F low, G high, A high, and the goalie in B. The next strategy I'm going to show you is one of 2 fast ones, starting with gusher A and continuing depending on its height. If gusher A is high, the goalie can only be hiding in B or G, according to the connections. So here the word example. We go radical with A. A is high. Next is B. B is also high, so we head over to G and have the goalie found. And here you see the disadvantage of the strat if you are unlucky and the goalie is hiding in G. A lot of lessers close to the basket. If gusher A is low, we have again the opposite. The goalie will be hiding in either G or F. Let's seek this time with the inkjet. A is low, C is high. What's left is the far gusher F. And there's the goalie. Let's come to the second fast strategy. Here we start with basket Gasha C and use Gasha G to help determine the direction. If we don't find the goalie right away in C, or C is low. The only thing we can clearly say by C being high is that the goalie won't be in Gasha A, because both are not connected with one another. And since C is connected with B, G and F, we need more information because it's still all over the map. To get an idea for the direction, we use Gasha G. If G is high, the goalie is hiding in B, because B is connected with both high Gasha, C and G. If G is low, then it can be only F. Remember, goalie isn't hiding next to a low Gasha. So, C is high, G is high, so we open B, and B has a goalie. And the other scenario, C is high, G is low, so we need to go to F. And F has our goalie. Excuse me! And the last scenario is Gasha C is low. This is due to the connections pretty easy. Since C is connected to all Gasha but A and indicates no goalie is near, the goalie can be only hiding in A. C is low, so we head right over to A and have the goalie. And here again, this is a disadvantage of the fast strategies. The basket is pretty fast crowded, so use your special guys. Now that we are done with the maps and seeking strategies, let's talk about the specials. We're gonna start with Bomb Rush. Bomb Rush is good to clear a bunch of lasers as well as doing some damage on the goalie. A short clip will show you an example. The next special is Inkjet. If you paid attention, you have seen me seeking with the Inkjet already. The next example will be clearing some lasers and damaging the goalie. We have seen a seeking example for Stingray earlier on High Tide. Let's look now into an example of clearing lasers and damaging the goalie. The splashdown is doing one shot bigger damage, yet you can't expect many eggs to get out of the goalie, but it might be the matchmaker egg or freeing the basket to deliver clutch eggs. One weapon that's indispensable to mention is the dynamo roller. If you know how to use this weapon properly, it's incredibly powerful. Place yourself in front of the goalie with the blade down and move a little left and right to avoid getting knocked back. To be fair, it takes some practice. Shh, this is for Fahim and Martha. Look at all the cute snipes here. The next tip I want to give you guys is pay attention to the goalie's head. So, what do I mean by that? Just take a look at the goalie's head. He seems to be facing something. And indeed he is. Here he is facing all the time towards Gasha G. In the second clip, the same goalie from Gasha E is facing something again, but it's different, right? Can you see the difference? If you pay attention to this detail, it might help you to be better prepared to extract more eggs by being better positioned. A way to communicate in-game to inform your team over the height of the from you open Gasha is this way for high and booyah for low. Unless you aren't in a squad or playing with friends who know the strategies, Freelancer will probably just booyah friendly back. So what's left to say? Even if you learn the strategies, you use your specials and weapons properly, All of this knowledge and personal skill is no guarantee to win Goldie Seeking. After all, Salmon Run is an RNG based game mode, but you might increase your chances to win at least. I will also leave some useful links in the description. Salmon Run Inc., a community-driven website with probably the whole Salmon Run knowledge. The Salmon Run Discord server, where you can find people all over the world to team up with and also learn about Salmon Run. And of course, Ganji Salmon Run, which has an interactive Goldie Seeking map. Thanks for watching.